Dipping back into the Steam Workshop, how can we not try a tactic called Build a Dynasty FM Easy Mode? Let's check it out. Yes, this is a tactic called Build a Dynasty FM Easy Mode, and the only description is 4231 Football Manager made easy. There are no additional instructions or opposition instructions or anything like that. It is from someone called Frozen on the Steam Workshop, but it starts with a sweeper keeper in support, wingbacks in support on the left, and attack on the right, a libero in support, we haven't seen that much, on the left, and a ball-playing defender in defend on the right, a CM in defend next to a Mazzala in support, inverted winger on both sides in attack, an attacking midfielder in support, and then up front is an advanced forward in attack. Positive mentality in possession, attacking width is fairly wide, overlap on the left and the right. Passing directness is much more direct and tempo is higher, mixed crosses and run at defense. In transition, you get counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to the center backs, and then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, and then prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Now, how did it do for our three teams? Starting with the Premier League teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa, you could see this tactic did a fantastic job. Liverpool with 95 points, 35-3 with 112 goals for, not the highest goal tally we've seen so far, I don't believe. But 95 points is right up there with the tops that we've seen with Liverpool. Aston Villa getting 80, 25, 5 and 8, 102 goals right there, second in the league. Definitely worked. Liverpool's second trophy comes in the EFL Cup final at 4-1 over Arsenal. A fantastic run there. No losses, no draws, and beating Ipswitch Town, funny enough. Unfortunately, their luck ends in the FA Cup, losing out in the fourth round to Manchester City 1-3. And then a painful result in the Europa League final, 2-2 in penalties to Union Berlin. Never would have thought I would see that. However, they did still get to a final, much better than the FA Cup. Squad-wise, clearly going to be a fantastic set of results. I mean, Nunez, 45 whopping goals, 25 for Salah. That is insane. And the love is definitely spread around. 16 assists, though, for Robertson, 15 for Salah. I would have expected a little bit higher, but, I mean, goals-wise with 45, yeah, that's insane. Darwin Nunez, 7.43 highest average rating. Salah with a 7.22. Switching to Aston Villa, unfortunately losing out to Arsenal 1-1 in penalties in the quarterfinals of the EFL Cup. Not doing any better in the FA Cup, losing out 3-4 in the quarters on the FA Cup, Everton this time around. And not even getting into the group stages from Besiktas in the Europa Conference League, that one hurts. So it definitely looked like they prioritized the Premier League, but 35 goals for Ollie Watkins is a fantastic result. The love's not quite spread around as it was for Liverpool, but still not too bad. 19 assists for Diaby, better than Liverpool. Digne with 15, not too bad. A lot of green. 7.32 for Robin Olsen as the goalkeeper. Wow, 7.23 for Diaby. Looks like their goalkeeper just kept them in. So Data Hub, we're seeing the same shapes over and over again. The team attacking side is fantastic for Liverpool. Tops of the league. You don't get a lot of these shot percentages, pass percentages, crossing percentages, things like that, which I'm surprised with. But team defending, it's not too bad. And if we look at Aston Villa, pretty much the exact same. And if we look at the Premier League stats, Liverpool and Aston Villa, clearly most goals, 102 and 112, not too bad. But otherwise, you see Liverpool occasionally throughout these lists, but overall, they're really absent. And Aston Villa, minus most shots for and most goals, are pretty absent there. Most points per game you'd expect anyway. And if we look at the player overviews, most goals, Haaland is still up there with 34 though. Watkins and Nunez, though, 26 and 25. So Nunez probably spread the love a little bit around the competitions. Most assists, Diaby and Robertson. But again, Nunez, player of the match awards 7, kind of higher side of average. So you'll get a couple of players here and there, but overall, the attacking side is where it is at for both these teams who did a fantastic job. Turning our attention to the championship, you can see Ipswitch Town in 5th place, definitely getting the playoffs, definitely beating everyone and getting promoted. 25, 8 and 13, not too bad, I guess. 83 points, but 104 goals, definitely tops of the league. EFL Cup out in the 4th round, 1-4 against Liverpool, which we have seen. FA Cup 5th round, though, against Blackburn, out 1-2. And looking at their squad, you can see 41 goals for Hurst. I mean, the guy is a beast. 17 for Chaplin, Broadhead with 16. Assist-wise, only 11 for Leaf Davis and Chaplin with 10. So not too well-rounded there. 7-2-4 for Hurst. 7-9 from Hannibal, who must have come in during the summer or during the wintertime. But overall, not a lot of greens. You would definitely like to see this rise a bit if you want to rise in the table itself. But still, getting promoted is not an easy feat. Stats-wise, again, most goals is where it's going to be for Ipswitch Town. Probably most shots for, second in the league, 767. And most goals, 113. Norwich all the way down to 91. But everything else, really, I mean, if it's not attacking-wise, it's not there. So that's too bad to see. Player overviews, most goals, Hurst, of course, with 34. Most assists, you got Brandon Williams all the way down with 13. But again, everything else, I mean, player of the match awards, 11 is fantastic. But everything else just kind of seems to be on the average side if you're even in the list. I mean, 96 key passes, there you go. But most shots, George Hurst with 171. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Assists, shots, goals, they're there. Everything else is kind of just lacking. But overall, this has probably been the most fantastic tactic we have tried in FM24. And I do have a running list of how everything happens, the tactics league and all of that. So I do have that list. I will share it from time to time. Right now, though, this is probably our top. So definitely check this one out. But that is it for me, Sefi and FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.